Good morning, Columbia County. Welcome to this Columbia County Connect for this Wednesday morning. A couple of announcements before we get into our program. Elections, presidential primary is going on right now. Advanced voting from Monday, February the 8th, which was this past Monday, through Friday, February the 26th. Republican or Democrat, cast your vote for your favorite. A quick question to our guest this morning, Jenny Hinson. Who you gonna vote for?
No comment.
Democrat or Republican?
Oh, Republican.
Oh, okay, now we're straight.
Yes.
Our next announcement is, you've heard about the little bit of a water problem in Richmond County. Well, it may not be a little bit. A little problem with the turbidity in the water, that there's a boil water advisory for the area south of Gordon Highway, including Fort Gordon. Well, this morning I want to send out a special thanks to Billy Clayton and our water utility personnel for responding to the need at Fort Gordon. I believe we have some pictures here of late last night and mostly through the night of trucks coming into our water facility, filling up with potable water to take back to Fort Gordon. We're glad to help any way that we can in this problem, because you never know when a problem like that may arise. You can see the trucks being loaded at our water facility out near Grovetown. And I think Richmond County will have this problem corrected hopefully by tomorrow. But we thank Billy and his crew for what they did, and to let the folks in Richmond County know that we are available to assist in any way we can, because this is a serious thing, and hopefully it'll be cleared up very soon. We get now to our Green Programs Manager, Miss Jenny Hinson. You take care of recycling, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us about where people bring stuff to recycle.
We have two locations. We have one in Grovetown on William P. Parkway, and then we also have one in Evans over by Riverside Park. And those are drop-off facilities where we have staff available to help our customers unload their vehicles.
What all can they drop off?
They can drop off a number of things. I happened to brought some notes with me so that I could remember. We have so many items that we take now, it's a lot to remember. We take number 1 and number 2 plastics, which are your dish soap bottles, drinking water bottles.
Which one's number 1?
Number 1s are like your water bottles, like
okay.
these, and your your dish soap bottles, and your Coke bottle, dish detergent. That's a good way to put it. Dish detergent. And Coke bottles, soda bottles, juice bottles. A lot of people do mistake that if it's a clear plastic that it's a number 1, which is not accurate. There's actually a little triangle on the bottom of the bottle that will designate whether it's a 1 or a 2.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And it'll have the triangle with the 1 in the center of it, or a 2. Those are the only 2 that we take. Anything that's a 3 through 7, we do not accept.
Now tell me the difference in one is more recyclable than the other?
Well, the market is stronger for the 1s and 2s.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It takes probably less expense to get them back on the market or something else?
Correct.
I see.
Mm-hmm. And the market in our area is very limited with what we're able to process.
So 3 and 4, there's not much use for that kind of plastic?
No, there's not.
Okay.
And we would also have to store it a lot longer, and we do not have the facility available to store those types of plastics longer.
How much recycling material do you handle each year? Do you have any figures on that?
I do. We started keeping up with that in 2010, which was a couple of years after we had started our program. We brought in 486 tons, which seems like a lot of material. But now, in 2015, we brought in 963 tons, which is a great jump in a 4-year period. So I'm very happy to see with the growth of this program, and it's just continuing to grow.
I've seen and heard discussions about things that should be recycled, but in reality there's a market for certain things, and other things cost you more to try to recycle than it's worth. So tell me, like in paper, is there a market for recyclable paper?
There is. even though the paper industry is struggling a little bit because people are not getting newspapers as much as they used to. They're depending more on
too many of these dang things, computers and
exactly. But we still have the need for it. We still have notebooks. We still have office paper. So those are the types of items that still can be recycled and that should still be recycled.
Now, do we sell our paper?
We do.
We sell that. We got a market for that.
We do.
All right, what items do we take that we don't have a market for? Anything?
I think out of anything, glass would probably be the
No market
worst.
for glass.
There's still a market for it. It's just the smallest market. We do still send that to Atlanta where it is still processed. But that is something that we do not make any money off of. It costs us money to recycle glass. So it's more of a service for us to recycle that.
How about larger paper products or say more dense like cardboard and those things?
Yes.
I know there's a market for that, I think, because we see individuals collecting those things at supermarkets and other places.
There is. Cardboard still is a very strong market right now, and that is one of our top recycled products that we take. We bale that product along with our paper, we keep it separated, and we still sell it to the same broker.
Tell me about the private carriers that I've seen some trash bins or containers that are different color for recycling. But then I've also heard reports that they don't really fool with that. Ultimately it winds up with the regular trash going to the dump. Now, I know you've had background and experience with that. How does that really work?
There are facilities that those companies do take their material to. Unfortunately, with me not being in the truck with them, I can't vouch 100%. Yeah, so I can only go by what I'm told as well, that they may take it to a facility in North Augusta to be processed. They have what's called a material recovery facility there that accepts both trash and recycling. So I feel like that is being done the proper way.
So we are getting some benefit out of both, where you do it from the street to curb line, or whether you bring it to one of our facilities or some other facility.
That is correct.
What other information you got on our recycling portion? You got more statistics you'd like to share?
Sure. Well, I have more information on the items that we take, and I have some statistics on that. As we talked about earlier, we do accept the number 1 and number 2 plastics, the glass, food grade only, cardboard, paper products, aluminum and metal, which is your soda cans, your food cans, and any other type of non-ferrous metal. We do accept those. We also accept white goods, washing machines, dryers.
Now, back up.
Okay.
My old engineering days, a non-ferrous metal, a ferrous metal would be cast iron or lead. Don't accept those.
No, sir.
Okay, a non-ferrous would be what, aluminum, stainless steel?
Correct.
Okay.
Something that a magnet would stick to is our rule of thumb. If a magnet will stick to it, then we will accept it.
Well, but a magnet will stick to iron.
It will, but we just have to watch it. We have to be on our toes.
We got a little variation on that
little
rule.
variation on that rule, yes.
Okay.
But we do not accept items with Freon. We don't accept refrigerators, air conditioners, anything like that. But we do accept other common white goods. We do charge a fee for those items. It's a $5 handling fee for those, and then we in turn turn them over to our metal recycler.
Old TVs and computers?
Old TVs and computers. Old TVs are 30 cents a pound. Those are a very hard product to recycle because there are elements in those TVs that need to be handled properly and safely. So our broker that we send those to, they are certified to handle those types of material.
At one time now, we didn't take the big projection type TVs. Do we still not take those?
We still don't take those.
Take
no,
those.
Sir. Those have a can in them that actually contains a gas that the recyclers do not want.
We don't want to be destroying any more of the ozone layer and stuff like that. Okay.
Correct. And then computers and computer peripherals we take free of charge. And we actually began a e-waste breakdown program last year.
Now, they ain't using all them big words. tell them what a computer peripheral is.
Okay, a computer peripheral would be keyboard, mouse, printer, fax machine, scanners, anything that you could put with a computer or that has a cord on it, we will take in that program. And we actually are breaking those products down and piecemealing them out and selling them for a very good revenue.
Oh, good.
And then there are items that we do not take. We don't take any, like I said, with refrigerators, anything with the dangerous chemicals in it. We do not have the evacuation system to be able to extract that.
To reclaim that. Those gases.
Correct. We do not take alkaline batteries, construction waste, grocery bags. All the grocery stores take those back now, so we don't
The little
accept
plastic
those.
bags you can wad up.
Yeah, we used to play with our cats with those, throw them, and they'd have a good time with them. Any type of hazardous waste, styrofoam, we do not take that. We are taking tires now. We did start accepting those.
Yeah.
We found a company in South Carolina that will come pick those up for us. So we do charge a fee, a $5 to $10 fee, depending on the classification of the tire.
Well, I believe they shred those over next to Savannah Riverside, and they actually burn some in some of the boilers over there, don't they?
They do,
Yeah.
and that's the company that we're using, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So indirectly, we're contributing to something to save the taxpayers a little money.
Correct. So, and it is disposed of properly. They do have all of the correct infrastructure in place to not emit anything into the ozone layer with those tires.
Okay. You mentioned several times revenue. You have anything off the top of your head of how much revenue you generate for the county area?
I do. Again, we started tracking this in 2009, and we started off at a very modest $8,700 in revenue. Last fiscal year, we finished out at $47,527. So not only with our growth has brought more material, but that material actually has brought more revenue, more value to the program. And so we actually are on track to exceed this amount this year, given that everything has to deal with markets. If our market is still good and the commodity prices are still holding strong, and if they continue to hold strong, then we will exceed this amount this year.
Now, we're probably going to have some questions of why we do this if your operation can't be self-sustaining. Because certainly with the people we got there and what it takes to operate it, you and your staff is more than what money you can generate.
Correct.
But on the other hand, we're doing all we can to protect the environment and recycle and reuse sustainability of materials to help in the long haul.
That is correct.
So some things won't ever be self-supporting, but they're necessary for the quality of life and what we try to achieve in the county.
That's correct. And a program of this nature is never going to be a huge revenue source.
Yeah.
We're happy to be able to pay back a portion of that. We want to be able to give back with that. And so that's why we watch the types of items that we can take in and that we can sell for the best cost and the best pricing on that. And that way we are able to put back something with that, give back with that. So.
What are the hours of the facilities?
We are open Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And then on Saturdays we are open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're closed on all county observed holidays, of course.
And I guess you take Monday to organize and
Yes.
get stuff out of the way.
That's my day to kind of get a breather and set up for the whole week. I work on Mondays, and so I take that day to set forth the schedule of what's going to go on that week. We actually do a lot of our own hauling now too, so we have a truck and a trailer, so that way we can kind of plan out what we're going to take to different areas.
What other areas, or what else do you manage besides recycling as your green programs manager?
We have Keep Columbia County Beautiful, which encompasses the Adopt a Mile program and the Adopt a Stream program. And that's really the two main focuses of Keep Columbia County Beautiful. Then we also promote the Christmas tree recycling, and they're more of a promotional portion for the recycling program. So those are my main areas in Keep Columbia County Beautiful.
Is it enough to keep you busy?
Just a little bit. I would like to clone myself sometimes to have an extra me running around.
Well, if you want something to do, you can come help with the live stream on Wednesday mornings.
I can do that. I would love to do that.
You can see from all this apparatus we got here, we need people to operate.
Exactly, and I can recycle it whenever it's become unusable.
Now, that's a good point. I imagine Miss Kaylee would let you recycle a lot of things if you could buy some new.
That's right. We'll talk later.
Anything else you want to add about recycling?
No, just, well, I would like to talk real quick about our school recycling program.
Okay.
That was something really exciting that we started last year as a pilot program with a private company called Precision Waste. They had approached us about some options in the county that they could help with. And so we talked with them briefly about school recycling, which has been something in the past we've really wanted to venture into, but we haven't had the availability of somebody to help us with
Is
that.
that the rather new company out of Thompson?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Great company that we've been working with. So we started this pilot program in September of last year with River Ridge Elementary School. Had a big kickoff with a really nice container that they wrapped for us with our logo on it and with their logo. And since then, we have signed on 4 other schools with River Ridge Elementary, and so that's been really exciting. So for
River
parents,
Ridge is the one on Mulliken Road?
it is,
Okay.
yes sir. And then we have River Ridge Brookwood Elementary, which is on Old Bel Air Road, Greenbrier Middle, which is over in Riverwood, and then Columbia County Alternative School. Those 4 schools have actually signed on to the program. We have another one that's about to come on board as well. So for the parents out there, if you're interested in having your children's school part of this program, have the school contact me and we can definitely get them on board with that. It's a really exciting program for the kids. It really gets them involved and it helps the
Now
schools.
that encourages the youth to bring recyclable items to the school, and the school, do we pick them up or the school gets them to us, or how does that work?
Precision Waste sets them up on a route.
Precision Waste does it?
They
Okay.
sure do. So every week they go around to their schools and pick up. We actually went from the large container, we scaled back to the 95-gallon carts, and that has been a very successful transition into that program. So instead of having to wait for a container to fill up, which could take months, now every week they're filling those cans up, and we're gauging the size of the school by how many cans they receive. And if they need more, then Precision Waste has been very gracious to allow them to have more.
And they get it all the way to the recycling center, wherever they take that. Is there a contest among the schools as to who does the most?
Not yet, but that is something
Oh,
I
we gotta
really
do
would
that.
like to do. So that's been another avenue I'd like to approach with that and try to get more schools on board too.
Yeah, we need to do something, at least have a banner that we're number 1 in recycling.
That's
or whatever.
right. I agree.
Anything else to add?
I think that's it right now.
Well, we appreciate the good job you do, and we think recycling is important, as you can realize from the county's support of it in your area. And we do think it's great to continue these kind of items in a community such as ours. Has got a lot of people that's conscientious about the environment and a better quality of life. So it's a good thing to have. Folks, don't forget to vote in your presidential primary. Saw last night where Mr. Trump and Mr. Sanders had success in New Hampshire, and it's coming south, right?
Yes.
Next time around. Is the next time around the SEC primary, or is it not? I don't know about that.
I'm not sure either.
I don't know about the timing. Thank you for being with us. Again, thank the people at the Waterworks for their assistance to the water problem at Fort Gordon. Hope that'll be cleared up real quick. And we'll see you again next week.